What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we go over what some recruits have to say as they react to the expected Sherrone Moore suspension. We also go over Michigan quarterback commit Brady Smigiel and his recruiting pitch right now for some top targets as he is recruiting others, trying to build up the 2026 class. We also go over Bryce Underwood, named Michigan's top newcomer and being compared to Trevor Lawrence. Plus, a former Michigan cornerback earns a rookie minicamp tryout with the Detroit Lions. And we also talk about Michigan legend Trey Burke as his jersey could potentially be hung in the Crisler Center rafters. It's all going to be in this video and more. But first, before we do go ahead and get into it, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, check out my new YouTube channel called Sports Talk Central. I would appreciate it. Go ahead, subscribe for more sports content from me over there. Let me know in the comment section what type of sports content you would want to see me make over on that channel. But let's go ahead and get right into it here. All right, so the first thing I did want to talk about is some Michigan recruits and top targets as they react to the expected Sherrone Moore suspension, as Michigan planning to punish and self-impose a 2-game suspension on Sherrone Moore. Now, obviously, nothing is set in stone yet. Michigan's going to see what the NCAA says, but that was their plan, and obviously a bunch of Michigan fans are upset about it, as they should be. Sherrone Moore didn't really do anything wrong, and there's also been no evidence found that he knew anything about Connor Stallion's scheme or anything like that. But anyway, some recruits did speak out on it, and according to E.J. Holland of the Wolverine, one of them was the top safety target for the Wolverines and 4-star safety in the 2026 class, Chase Calicut from the state of Texas. As he said, "It's crazy. I definitely don't think they deserve that. It's old. It's not winning them games right now. It most definitely does not affect my recruitment. They are doing everything they can to get me." That's what he had to say. And then also the 2026 5-star offensive tackle Felix Ojo, which we just talked about in a video yesterday and gave the latest on him. He said that it doesn't impact my recruitment. It happened. It was the old staff. It was crazy that they suspended Coach Moore. We all know the mastermind behind it was Connor Stalions. I find it crazy because Coach Moore wasn't really a part of it. And then also a top wide receiver target, top 100 receiver Zion Robinson from the state of Texas. He also said that, "I heard it has nothing to do with them. It was someone from the past who has already left." And as long as that's the case, I'm not really too concerned about that. And also the 2026 4-star top 100 interior offensive lineman John Turntine also said that, "I've never gotten any negative feeling from the Michigan coaches, so it's not going to affect anything with me." So that's what some recruits had to say as they react to the expected Sherrone Moore suspension. And obviously there could be more self-imposed punishments coming. Right now, Michigan coaching staff isn't out on the road recruiting or in contact with any recruits right now, as according to Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider, this is the final piece of the self-imposed penalties stemming from the 2021 through 2022 infractions case, which was obviously made the name Burgergate. So that self-imposed punishment isn't even a part of the alleged sign stealing scandal, and right now it is setting Michigan behind a little bit on the recruiting trail, not only in the 2026 class but also the 2027 class for evaluating recruits and players. So Michigan may have to play some catch up, but Michigan does have quarterback commit Brady Smigiel still recruiting others in the 2026 class right now, trying his best to build up this class. And obviously it's off to a really slow start for Michigan, but we have seen this in the past. It was like this for Michigan last season as well. Obviously you want to get off to an early start, but official visit season for Michigan is going to be really big, and that's when Michigan should have to close with some of these recruits in the 2026 class. But Brady Smigiel, the top 100 quarterback commit, is doing his best to, bring in some top talented targets. He told Ethan McDowell of On3 in the Wolverine that obviously you want to surround yourself with the best, and I think that's what you get at Michigan. He said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this class right. He also said that he's, been really working on Matt Ludwig, the 4-star tight end in the 2026 class. He's also been working on the top 100 receiver Kelvin Russell, and basically his recruiting pitch right now to other targets is, if you want to get developed in every single aspect of your life, I think that's what Michigan brings the most out of any anywhere. You know, there's a lot of schools that can do it like Michigan, but nobody like Michigan. And he thinks Michigan is S tier when you talk about just development. And he said, that's my pitch because it's the truth. And he does plan on getting it back up for, you know, many frequent trips to campus especially in the month of June, and for official visit weekends to help out recruiting other targets, as again those official visit weekends are going to be big for the Wolverines. So let me know what you guys think about that. Brady Smigiel helping recruiting others in the 2026 class for the Wolverines, trying to build up this class. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is the top newcomer for the Michigan Wolverines, as ESPN's Billy Tucker named Bryce Underwood as one of the top newcomers on any roster in the country, as he stated that a true freshman quarterback arrives in Ann Arbor as the school's most anticipated quarterback recruit since at least Drew Henson, if not ever, and is only the fourth 5-star to end up at Michigan since 2006, but that is per ESPN's rankings. He said Sherrone Moore brought in Fresno State transfer Mikey Keene, but Underwood is clearly the long-term answer at quarterback and should win the job this season and improve steadily as it progresses. He also compared him to Trevor Lawrence, and obviously there will be growing pains, but Underwood should only get better with more time, especially if he can rely on a strong supporting cast while settling in early. So we compared him to Trevor Lawrence, and as we know, Trevor Lawrence, as a true freshman, led Clemson to a national championship in 2018. Could Bryce Underwood do the same here at Michigan? Who knows, but one thing's for sure, Michigan's got a great defense returning next season. Their offense doesn't have to be stellar next season with this defense, but with new offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey, new and improved quarterback room, who knows what the ceiling could be for the Wolverines next season. And then I also do want to mention that former Michigan cornerback Aamir Hall earns a rookie minicamp tryout with the Detroit Lions, as obviously Hall went unselected in the NFL draft, wasn't signed in free agency immediately afterward, but now he's got his opportunity and has been added to the Detroit Lions rookie minicamp tryout list. So pretty cool there. Obviously Hall came from Albany as he transferred to Michigan last season and was a key piece on the defense. He's appeared in 12 games with 6 starts in 2024, had 38 tackles, 2.5 for loss, 1 sack, 6 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. And obviously one of his picks was a big one against Ohio State in a 13-10 win. So great news right there for Aamir Hall. And then I also wanted to talk about Michigan basketball legend Trey Burke, as he recently spoke on his jersey potentially being hung in Crisler Center rafters. As he was on the Politely Raw podcast, he was asked if he's had communication with Michigan about his jersey being honored, and he said that, I was told not to say anything, but yes, I'm sure they aren't going to be upset when they see. But he said, I'm glad you asked because I wasn't going to say anything. He did say, I have heard that it will happen, and he said it's a bucket list for me. He said it would absolutely mean the world to him, and that's something you dream about as a kid growing up. I love college basketball. I watch college basketball. I was one of those kids that was running around with little rubber basketball, dreaming of making big shots. Just to have something to leave your legacy on, something like that at such a great university like Michigan, that would be great for me. I would love that. So Trey Burke, his jersey might be hung on Crisler Center rafters. Pretty cool right there. I would absolutely love to see that. And obviously when you think of Trey Burke, you think of that special 2013 national championship appearance run, hit that big shot against Kansas after that incredible comeback, and then obviously eventually did lose to Louisville in the national championship, but that block, it was clean. I digress though. And now obviously Dusty May trying to get back to that stage in the national championship. He's got one of the top transfer portal classes coming in, including the UAB power forward Yaxel Lendabor, which they're still waiting on his decision, hoping he doesn't go pro. And if he doesn't, this team could be dangerous next season. Michigan also has another point guard coming in named Trey out of the 5-star freshman point guard Trey McKinney, which obviously could be playing very early for the Wolverines here, getting some playing time, maybe even potentially starting. You never know, as he looks to be the next point guard named Trey to leave his legacy behind here at Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys did did go ahead to enjoy, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And with that, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.